it is certainly quite true. As truth has it, if I dare might point out, on Sunday of the 13th of August 2023, I attended the Tenterden Bus Rally 2023 event as it took place on that very day. Certainly was it a resounding success, and I was certainly most thoroughly happy with how the event came and the outcome of the whole event I had attended and all the rest of it. And certainly am I very much hoping to reprise my presence of appearance there in 2024. Almost certainly, yes. And also, if I dare might point out, Tenterden Bus Rally, it takes place beside Tenterden Railway Station, which is the starting point of the Cantonese Sussex steam railway. And I haven't rode on the Cantonese Sussex steam railway for a very, very long time, but certainly will I go back to the Cantonese Sussex steam railway in 2024. Certainly when the Tenterden Bus Rally is running in 2024, but here's the thing, if I might say this. I will not ride the Cantonese Sussex Steam Railway when I am attending the Tenterden Bus Rally. I will not ride the Cantonese Sussex Steam Railway whilst attending the Tenterden Bus Rally, is because there is a risk I could be left behind, just to say, and also because if I ride on the Cantonese Sussex Steam Railway whilst attending the bus rally, there's always a chance I might miss the final bus that goes out from Tenterden to Headcorn Railway Station. So for whenever in 2024, when I ride the Cantonese Sussex Steam Railway, I would do it at a time either shortly after or just before the Tenterden Bus Rally, so that, or if I'm staying over with one of my relatives over in Kent, since I've got a lot of family who live over in Kent, that would be the best time to go to the Cantonese Sussex Steam Railway, to ride on it, that is. That's if I'm either staying over with one of my family relatives over in Kent, and or going not at a time when the Tenterden Bus Rally is taking place, if I dare might share so. But yes, I certainly did attend the Tenterden Bus Rally of 2023, and certainly were there very many highlighting moments of the very event when I attended it and all the rest of it. Certainly indeed. And without further ado, let's see the very video rolling into action. Tenterden Bus Rally of 2023 certainly was this one a resounding success, as was Tenterden Bus Rally of 2021, Tenterden Bus Rally of 2022, and now Tenterden Bus Rally of 2023. Having been now 3 times, having first went there in 2021, and the second time in 2022, and the third time in 2023, but it's certainly not going to be the final time going in 2023. I'm certainly hoping it will carry on for many more years to come, and whenever it's next running, I will certainly be wanting to go there and reprise my presence there every time it takes place. That's the hope, fingers crossed. But one of the most highlighting moments of Tenterden Bus Rally was whilst I was attending the Tenterden Bus Rally, I conversed in a conversation with a nice lady. Well, really she was married, but it was a nice family I conversed in a conversation with, because the lady was not the only person I ended up talking to, but I also ended up talking to her lovely mother-in-law, and even her lovely children, and I even interacted with the family dog, and I think I did say hello once or twice to her husband as well. But they were taking their mother-in-law out because I think it was her father-in-law who once saved a Routemaster bus from scrap, and it was obviously partaking in the Tenterden Bus Rally, and obviously they wanted to see it, as you would obviously expect and all that. And it was the wife, I think it was, who shared all of this information with me, I was astounded. You know, I thoroughly astounded with the information she shared with me. And really, I took such a pleasurable, such a thrilling interest. I just really had to talk about it to her, but luckily she was all right, and we had about a 5-minute conversation about all of it, and when he's saved it from scrap, you know, all the rest of that. So it was an extremely interesting conversation, extremely interesting batches of information I'd found out, and when we met, it really was, I must say, a good meet. It was certainly a good meet when we met. And certainly would I like to meet her again. That's if she will be attending, that's if she and her family, and hopefully her mother-in-law, will be attending the Tenterden Bus Rally 2024. Well, fingers crossed they will go. Although the mother-in-law enjoyed Tenterden Bus Rally too, although she was undergoing a bit of problems. And the problem she was undergoing was that she had just recently, I think a good few weeks ago, possibly a month ago or so, before Tenterden Bus Rally, she'd underwent, I think it was either a knee or a hip operation. And she was walking around, a poor, sweet little old lady with the crutches around the Tenterden Bus Rally showground. Poor lady. I felt ever so sorry for the poor lady because of her misfortune. But you know, I mean, before she left, and of course before the family left, I wished her well, and I wished her a good speedy recovery, and I was saying, I do hope your recovery goes well, and I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. I even offered to help her walk around the showground a few times, which she said, oh no, it's okay, I've got my family. And the wife obviously said the same. That's the lady I mentioned. She was a nice lady. The old lady was not tall, that was the younger lady. The old lady was fairly short. Must have been about 5'2", 5'3", something like that, the old lady who had undergone the operation and was walking around the showground with the crutches. So little lady is what she was. But it was the wife who went with her husband and her children and the family dog. She was fairly tall, not extremely tall, but she was the same height as me, which was actually quite very, very true, especially when we stood close up together when we were talking. We were both equal height, of 5'8", that was. But the only difference was that I have a bigger shoe size than she does. She did tell me all of this. And I think she has a relative who takes either a shoe size 1 or a size 2. But it was her auntie. I think she's only about 4 feet something, so quite petite, and a tiny shoe size, which will obviously fit the match, as one might expect. You know. But we had interesting conversations about bus rallies, classic car events, and bus types, particularly about the route master we were talking about. It was a good meet, and I even met many other people interested at the rally too, especially a group of 2 elderly friends, which was also another highlighting moment. They weren't paying too much attention to the bus rally, but they were mainly paying attention to the Sussex Steam Railway to see what there was and what action was to go by and what was to come along and all that, what have you. And they were nice as a couple, and they were friendly. We conversed once or twice in a conversation. I didn't talk as much to them as I did with the family, whose very, very strongly close relative saved a route master bus from scrap. But I did talk to them a few times or so, yes. And as far as I'm remotely certain, I think my best friend David Scott, once or twice recently, I think he once, when I mentioned the Tenterden Bus Rally of 2023, I think David expressed interest in it. That's David Scott I'm referring to. And it is possible he might attend one of the Tenterden bus rallies in the future, should he drive over there one day, or possibly get the train over to Headcorn and all that, and then get the rail replacement bus. It is certainly conceivably possible this might happen, but one shall see. One shall certainly see for themselves. It's possible he might one day get the train from Eastbourne to Ashford, Ashford all the way to Headcorn. It's quite conceivably possible he'll do that one day, but one shall see. We shall certainly see. If he does do that in the future, I would certainly be elated to see both myself and David Scott, my best friend, happily attending the Tenterden Bus Rally event. And hopefully some of my other bus enthusiast friends, including hopefully Ainsley as well, might attend too, and possibly Bill. But we shall see. It would certainly be elating if it was myself, David Scott, Dave Bryan, Ainsley and Bill, if we all happily attended the Tenterden Bus Rally in a future, sometime in one of the future years to come and all that. Yes. But thanks everybody, all indeed, for watching, and Tenterden Bus Rally 2023, certainly was it a resounding success, and certainly here it is to the 2024 Tenterden Bus Rally proceedings. Thanks everybody for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the very next video. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.